Oh hell, I can't talk about this mess. Hello people, welcome to another episode of What's Up Wednesdays. I'm not going to talk about the van build. It's kind of a mess right now, and I've been kind of going backwards instead of forwards, trying to redo some things that were not to my specifications. Instead, what I'm going to talk about is three things that I find most useful in the workshop. These are kind of must-have things, at least for me and what I do. Not necessarily for a van build, but I just use these tools often. First one here is a cordless drill and impact driver set. It's kind of important that you have both. I splurged and I got these brushless Milwaukee Fuel cordless drill and impact driver, and they are super nice. They have a speed setting for driving and drilling, and also it has a torque setting for driving screws. You can adjust how tight you're driving it, and it also has a drill mode as well. And this little device right here is something I picked up recently that is super cool. It's kind of a magnetic tip. You can put any kind of a hex head driver bit in there. I currently have a Phillips, and it has a magnetic thing that holds the screw so that you can drive it with one hand. If you want to just drive that screw, there you go. So forward and reverse, it's got a light and good lithium ion batteries. An impact driver is not the same as a drill driver. An impact driver drives by making little impacts as it rotates, and it is good for driving screws, especially if you got a lot of them, like if you're drilling a deck or something like that. But they're not for making holes, they're for driving screws, and they do work really well, and they serve a different purpose than a drill driver does. So get yourself both right now. You need them. Okay, let's talk about this one. This is kind of an obscure one, but this digital caliper is something I use a lot on my bike stuff. It's useful in all kinds of measurements of things where tenths and hundreds of millimeters matter. So, for example, this is kind of a goofy one here, but I just put new tires on my bike, and they both advertise that they are 28 millimeter wide tires. They're both tubeless, and let's see what we got here. So this is the front here is a Schwalbe Pro 1. Let's get the full width there. So 29.6, so almost 30 millimeters wide. So, and it advertises as a 28 mil tire. And then let's go in the back where I just got these brand new Continental 5000 TLs. Sorry, I'm geeking out on you here. Also advertises a 28 mil tire, and it is under 28 millimeters. It's 27.68. So I just think that's interesting. So get yourself one of these too. They're cheap on Amazon. I don't know what I paid for them, but it's super accurate, and it is a eye gauging is the name of it. It's probably made in China, but it does both metric and English units. Okay, last thing I want to talk about is this little tool right here. My brother gave me this one. It's a probe. It's got a 90-degree sharp hardened steel on this side, and then it's got a straight one. And I am always grabbing this tool for reaching down into threads, tight spots, clearing plugged nozzles. This is such a useful tool, and they're super cheap. Here's an example of a use right here. So this is the hydraulic fluid reservoir cap for my disc brakes on my bike, and it's got a 2 mil hex head drive on it, and I knackered it. It's really small, and so it's I cammed it out, and so I needed to clean it up, and I just stuck this thing in there and got all these little metal bits out of there, and then I was able to use a Torx bit to get it off as kind of a hack. But that tool, that little probe, is useful. So anyway, there's 3 things in my shop. I recommend you get them right now. Good to talk to you. Bye.